Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Tyler, and for my first movie review, I think I'm going to review The Avengers. The Avengers is probably my favorite movie to date right now, and I know that's not saying much because of how well it did in the box office, but for me personally, it's been my favorite movie thus far in my short 19 years of life. So let's delve into why it's my favorite, and let's bust out a sick-ass review for you guys. Alright, so for the plot. Right off the bat, I'm going to give the plot a 4 out of 5. And I know, some of you guys might be thinking, the movie was so long and was just, why isn't it a 5 out of 5? Well, there's a few reasons why. But let's delve into the positive before we even touch on the negative. So what did I like about this plot? Well, I thought it was a really simple plot with a very complex emotion behind it. See, the plot itself is simple. Bad guy comes to Earth to try and wipe it out. Simple as that. But see, there's an emotional struggle behind that because Loki's related to Thor. They're stepbrothers. They're not related by blood, but Thor doesn't care. Loki does. It's this struggle. And Loki himself, he can't even really take on the Earth by himself. He needs his alien mentor's army to do it. And the plot is just really nice. The story is a very simple but yet complex story, and that's what makes great movies. So, the negative. What did I not like about this movie in terms of the plot? I just didn't like that not all the original Avengers members were in the movie. And I know that's to be expected. You know, Marvel doesn't have the budget to produce that many backstory films, so they just took the more popular Avengers and made them into movies, which is totally cool. I understand why. But I just kind of wish I had seen some Wasp and Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like the real OG crew. I would have loved to have seen the visual effects of Ant-Man becoming bigger and smaller. That just in itself would have been really cool for me, but that's really the only negative thing that I have to say about the plot. Alright, so let's get into the acting. Again, with the acting, I'll give it the same rating I gave the plot. I'll give it a 4 out of 5, and here's why. So let's delve into the negative first so that we can get that shit out the way. The only thing that I thought was negative about this movie, if you can even call it negative, was just Captain America. The guy's a little corny, you know. He's, Hulk smash. Like, dude, come on, it's 2012. It's a little corny. But I mean, it's an Avengers movie. It's a superhero movie. Like, it's supposed to be meant for kids and stuff like that. So of course there's going to be some cheap, corny lines in there. Now for the positives. Okay, let's let's start by saying Robert Downey Jr. is literally Tony Stark. He is Tony Stark. He is Iron Man. He fulfills that role so perfectly. It's undescribable. Mark Ruffalo did an amazing job as the Hulk. You know, at first I really wish that they had kept Edward Norton in from the 2008's Incredible Hulk, but after watching the movie, I've seen it 3 times in theaters, and after that first time, he really impressed me. And from what I've read and heard, he signed on to a 6 motion picture deal, 6 movies with Marvel. That's how much people liked him. So if the people like him that much, I like him that much. To be honest, I thought Edward Norton and Mark Ruffalo did a great job. But for the Avengers in particular, Mark Ruffalo, you did a banging job as the Hulk, buddy. All right, so I thought that Scarlett Johansson and Jeremy Renner, who played Hawkeye, and Scarlett Johansson, who played the Black Widow, I thought they did really good as well. See, I watched the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, and Hawkeye's personality in the show was exactly how Jeremy Renner portrays it in the movie, and I thought that was banging. He did a really good job, and he fit the role very physically well as well. He was just built like Hawkeye, so that was cool too. But he also did a really good job acting, so props to him. And obviously Scarlett Johansson. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna rate you on your acting because you're a really hot female and. No, I'm just kidding. I thought she did a great job in Iron Man 2 and a really good job again in the Avengers. So I have no complaints with her. She really had that whole badass factor going on throughout the entire movie, and she was able to carry it throughout the entire movie, even in the very last showdown scene when everybody else has all these amazing weapons and powers and stuff, and just she has some 9mm pistols, you know what I'm saying? She still finds a way to kick ass and be a very strong woman. So, Scarlett Johansson, you did a good job. Alright, so let's touch on my personal favorite Avenger, Thor, who is portrayed by Chris Hemsworth, and he did a very good job. Obviously, they had he had his own movie, Thor, which was released a few years ago, and he did a really good job in Thor, did an excellent job in the Avengers. If anything, I thought that the actor improved, by showing that the character himself, Thor, improves. In Thor, the character was very, at first, arrogant, battle crazy, and towards the end of the movie, we see what he becomes becomes. But in the Avengers, we see what he has become, and it carries out throughout the entire movie. He did an excellent job portraying Thor, and again, he's also very physically built, like what I would imagine Thor would look like. He's a fucking huge dude. And last but not least, we got Chris Evans, who plays Captain America. Now, of course, like I've been mentioning, Captain America had his own backstory film. There we go. That's a better word to say, backstory film. There, and he did a really good job. And that's all I can really say about Chris Evans, who played Captain America. His lines were corny, like they were just some corny lines, but he did a very good job acting them out to the best of his ability. So credit and props to you. All right, so let's touch on the final subject, my final piece of criteria, the cinematography. I'm gonna give the cinematography a straight up 5 out of 5, hands down. Joss Whedon is one of the most brilliant directors of our generation, and by our generation I mean like the 21st century. No, but seriously, he did a really good job directing the movie. I mean, he had to fit, I don't even know how many characters, I don't know, a lot. He had to fit a lot of characters into the movie, and he found the time to give each of those specific characters not only their own little piece of film, their own little piece of the movie, but he also was able to arc it into an entire overlapping story, and made them all come together at the end. You see them become a family, and he did a great job of telling the story how it was supposed to be told. And he also did a great job with the visual effects too, the CGI, with the Hulk transforming, how Mark Ruffalo had to wear the black suit and everything. Did a really great job with all the close-up shots. The action scenes were great. There was blood. For a PG-13 movie, he did a great job of directing it. So Joss Whedon, 5 out of 5 for you, and I really hope you direct the next one too if you're not already going to. So just some other notes about the movie that I just wanted to share with you guys. This movie is not my favorite for a reason. I mean, the movie was on a budget of about $230 million, and it made its money back in the first week, Men in Black. Anyways, and I mean, overseas, it's made over $1 billion. To this day, right now in America, I think it's made up to like 520-something million. Right now, it's sitting at the number 3 spot of the all-time grossing movies. The only 2 movies that are beating it right now are Avatar and Titanic, which were both directed by James Cameron. And Titanic, that's a chick flick movie, so whatever. And then Avatar, of course, that was literally like a revolutionary movie. So for the Avengers to hold a number 3 spot, to beat out The Dark Knight Rises, props to the Avengers. I'm gonna give this movie a 9.9 out of 10, only because I thought Captain America's acting was just a little corny and they didn't have all the original Avengers. But other than that, I have no complaints about this movie. If you haven't seen it already, go see it. So anyways, guys, I hope you liked my review of the Avengers. If you could, please drop a comment down below, hit the like button or whatever, subscribe if you liked the review, if you like me, Tyler, you know what I'm saying. I'm going to have more videos to come in the future, so stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.